All right, first question is going to be for everyone. We'll start off asking, last season had a loss to William Jessup in the semifinals. Not how you guys wanted to end the season, of course. How are you guys approaching this coming year?
Well, obviously that was really a hard game for us. We're actually using that game to fuel us this year. Remember the mistakes that we did in that game and making sure that we capitalize on those so that doesn't happen again.
Same thing as Nicole said, we have been using it to fuel all of our practice times, and we all pretty much just personally know what the score was of that game, and we use it as a motivation to keep pushing and do our best, and we're going to beat them this year. So.
I know this kind of what they said, kind of my personal thing is just knowing the sour taste of that game. Kind of feel myself and the coaching staff and the players to prepare every day to this coming year go past that and go to the championship game.
All right, this one is also for everybody. Even though the season ended tough, you guys had some success in conference play. What are some more goals this year as far as conference goes?
It's simple, to win conference. It's been a tough year this year. I think everybody from PUC to Merced to Menlo all got better. Us as well. So I think for our goal is to go out there and be the best team in conference we can be and see what happens.
We also want to be a team that strives on our defense. That's one thing I think that a lot of teams in the conference don't focus on, is they focus more on their offense. But this year, our main goal is to let our defense be our offense. So we're going to really get into teams with ball pressure, pressing them, zones, switching up our defense, keeping them on their toes kind of thing. So that's another goal that we have.
Yeah, same thing, win conference, play good defense, and ultimately come together as a team so we have that chemistry to where we can do anything with each other.
Another one for everyone. It's a new year. You've got a bunch of new recruits come in, a lot of new faces. Can you maybe just do a little compare and contrast between this year and last year, what you're looking forward to this year?
I think we're deeper this year, deeper and bigger. I think having four legit post players is a lot different than in the past. Last year we had, I think, 1.5. Last time being 1.5. It's a big difference. We're deeper in the guard spot too. Adding Esther Wofford to the mix, the returns we have coming back, which is pretty good. So the difference is same depth, style of play is the same still a fast pace, defensive team. So.
Just to add on, we lost Reese last year, so having a different leadership role too, as for me and Mel as captains, and just for other members of the team to step up, the leadership expands on the team, and it's not just one person motivating each other on and off the floor. That's a big difference. And another difference is that we're actually getting really intense in the weight room this year, whereas last year it wasn't taken as seriously. So we're going to be a bigger, stronger team this year, which is going to be exciting to see.
How would you guys compare your chemistry this year to last year?
I don't want to say better, but different in the sense that we have, I think, 9 returners back. So that helps out a lot with team chemistry. We added, I think, 4 to 5 new players. So chemistry-wise, it's better because they all know each other. They've been here 3 to 4 years, so they all know their tendencies and whatnot. So I'm going to say it's not better, it's different in that aspect.
And along with knowing each other well, we also know Coach well as well more this year than we have in the past, because we know what he wants, we know what he expects. So yeah, that's a big thing. And then I feel like this year we've been closer on and off the court than we've ever been at Simpson. So the chemistry is becoming more natural on the court. So that's helping us a lot.
It's still early, but I feel that, although it's early, we've still come together a lot as a team through, like Nicole said, on and off the court. So that should really benefit us this year.
So I hear the players up there talking a lot about your roles and how that's changing and how you're coming together and that sort of thing. For you two players personally, you're probably going to take on a bigger leadership role this year. How are you handling that? And what are you looking for in yourselves just going into the year?
I think the nice thing is that we don't have to have all the pressure on us. I think that the leadership is not just on one person this year, that we can expect leadership from all of the seniors, and then we're expecting the other players to step up in that way so that it's not just on one person. So we're more of a team that way and not individuals. Personally, I'm just going to work on being more vocal on and off the court. Since I'm the only captain playing right now, there's just a lot of pressure on me that way too. But I think that I'm in this position for a reason, and God is going to use me where I'm at right now. So.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Nicole said about leadership and how it's dispersed throughout the team. Personally, in my role, just to be more vocal, like Nicole said, and also not fall as much, but just to be a good defensive player and get boards and get scrappy plays. So.
What do you guys think is the most important factor for you guys to have success this year?
I said about defense. Defense, to me, is the heart of our team. If you can't play defense, you can't win a game. So that's one aspect that I see. The thing is, I think team chemistry is huge for us in our sport. And right now, we have that so far, so it's really, really early. So probably, to my opinion, two major things that I think are important. I don't know how they feel like.
And communication.
Say that again.
Communication.
Communication.
Yeah.
Every day in practice, communication, yes.
And, along with defense and chemistry, I think that we also have speed. Whereas our posts are usually, we run a lot of lines in practices. But it just prepares us because we're just going to run teams this year. And I think that's a huge factor that we have that other teams don't have, is that 1 through 5 can sprint up and down the court for a long period of time. So.
I think that's awesome. Like I said before, our game doesn't change at all having post players. We're still a fast-paced team. Same as last year, just bigger now, which is awesome.
This one's for Coach. You were talking about you've got a lot of girls returning right now for you guys, so you're looking to develop that class so you can sort of really compete in conference. But with that, you brought in a lot of younger girls that you're going to develop. You've got two teams, a lot of girls came in. How are you looking to develop them and to help them improve the varsity where they're at?
Well, our select team, J team, we'll call it whatever, is a very good team. And they're kind of the future of our program. So with Coach Bree and Coach Cole, on my staff as well, they're developing time with them. Individuals, practice time, getting better. Will only help our varsity out now and in the future as well. So it's kind of how we're working here. A lot of good talent, though. We're excited for those freshmen and juniors on that team.
This one's for Nicole and Madison. You guys both were first team all conference last year. What are some other personal goals for this season?
There's so many. We want to, personally, defense is huge in my opinion. I think this year I need to find a bigger role in defense. I'm hoping to get more, to actually accomplish the goals that I have in mind. I don't know if I'm going to specifically say them. Yes?
Sure. Well, I guess a few.
I want to be the defensive player of the compact, and I want to lead the nation in steals this year.
She was 2 steals short than last year.
Thank you, Coach.
For me too, I've never really been a big offensive player. I usually just get the rebounds and put them up and stuff. So for me, it's a big deal to be a defensive player as well. Like I had previously said, probably fall less this year, but I never really set individual goals, but I just really would like to better the team. So in any way I could do that, that would be great.
So while we're talking about goals, let's maybe open that up for everyone and just talk about team goals, conference and beyond.
first, I guess. Our thing in our program is every game matters, non-conference to conference. So we want to be over 500 in non-conference games going into conference. And obviously, in conference play, finish 1 or 2 in the conference for the season and win a tournament at the end. Kind of our goal. Our plan is to go to nationals. We've said it before, but I think it's a real goal for us to reach this year. So kind of 3-part stages. Non-conference be over 500, conference time. Be 1 or 2 in conference, and conference tournament, win the whole thing. Kind of our team goal.
I mean, Coach basically nailed all of it. The only thing I would say is that off the court, like our goal is to like leave an impact on the girls that are here. I mean, it's my senior year. I'm gonna do as much as I can to leave an impact on them for the next year. And I think more spiritual stuff that we're gonna be doing with Devos, with Coach Bree, and just growing in our relationship with God as well as growing with each other on the court.
I know one thing they're really pushing this year off NJ is I want that every player, when they graduate here or graduate to here, they know who Christ is, or at least heard his name. So that's kind of where our main push this year is that when you graduate, you know you heard the name of Jesus Christ. And from there on, what you want to do with it, at least you heard it from us. So.
Perfect. Seems like a good place to end. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.